Can the government take your home over a $2,242 tax bill? That's exactly what happened in Pung versus Isabella County, a unanimous U.S. Supreme Court case that could affect homeowners across America. The story began in Isabella County, Michigan. The Pung family owned a home that the county assessor valued at about $194,000. But after a dispute over a property tax exemption, the county claimed the family owed $2,242 in unpaid property taxes. When those taxes weren't paid, the county foreclosed on the home and later sold it at a public tax auction for only $76,000, less than half of its assessed value. Welcome to Once Upon a Case, because the law isn't just for lawyers, it's for everyone. The Pung family argued that this wasn't fair. They agreed that the government could collect unpaid taxes, but they believed that if their home was worth nearly $200,000, they shouldn't lose all that value simply because it sold cheaply at auction. They asked the courts an important question. When the government takes your property, should just compensation be based on the home's fair market value or on the much lower price it happened to sell for at a tax auction? The case eventually reached the United States Supreme Court. In a 9-0 decision, the court ruled in favor of Isabella County. The justices said that the Constitution does not automatically require the government to pay a homeowner the property's full market value after a tax foreclosure. Instead, if the tax auction was conducted fairly, the auction sale price is generally considered the proper measure of the property's value. However, the court also left one door open. If the homeowner can prove that the auction itself was unfair or improperly conducted, that issue can still be challenged in lower courts. So, who won? Isabella County won the Supreme Court case. The Pung family did not convince the court that they were automatically entitled to the home's full market value, but they still have the opportunity to argue that the auction process itself was unfair. The lesson from this case is that missing even a relatively small property tax bill can have enormous consequences. While the Constitution protects property rights, it doesn't always guarantee you'll recover your home's full market value after a tax foreclosure. And as this case shows, the difference between a home's market value and its auction price can be tens, of even hundreds of thousands of dollars. And that's the story of Pung versus Isabella County, a case reminding homeowners that when it comes to property taxes, a small debt can put a very valuable home at risk. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this story, watch this case next.